Yo, what's going on everybody? This your boy Kareem Saunders, aka the T-shirt professor. Listen, I got another video for you. This one is going to be talking about the heat press and what size heat press should you use. In the realm of heat presses, yes, size does matter, okay? So let's get into it. First of all, what we need to find out is what is a heat press and what is it used for? All right, so pretty much in a nutshell, the heat press, which you see to my right here, behind me, is pretty much a machine that gets hot enough and applies enough pressure to decorate clothes, such as t-shirts. Well, it can decorate other things, but for the sake of this video, we're going to be discussing t-shirts. All right, so it gets hot enough to adhere heat transfer vinyl, which is what you see here, to the clothes, to the fiber of the clothes. All right, and it's permanent. It's basically permanent. All right, so that's what it's used for, and it's also used for to press heat transfers, which is like another method of screen printing, like an alternative to vinyl. It also uses intense amounts of heat and pressure to apply PLASTISOL heat transfers. All right, but that's another video. This gets hotter, way hotter than a typical iron. You cannot decorate. I mean, for the most part, you can decorate or apply heat transfer vinyl to shirts and garments with an iron, but you get better results overall, more consistent and more professional looking results if you use an actual heat press. All right, and that goes for vinyl and the heat transfer method. So in terms of what size should you use, well, in my case, I have the this machine right here. It is a 16 by 20 inch. All right, so they come in different. They range in different sizes, all the way from like 4 by 6 to like 12 by 10, 15 by 15, and they go all the way up to like industrial size, which are like 40 by like 60 or something weird like that. But it just depends on what you're going to be using it for, like what the scope of your business or your hobby is, right? So, if you know that you're only going to be decorating, say, I don't know, like baby clothes or like onesies or, like small socks or something like that, or labels. You would get like a real small one, like 4 by 6 or something like that. And it also has a lot to do with the space that you're limited to. You definitely don't want to get a 16 by 20 or larger, and you're working with such a confined space, because the heat press machine, it takes up a lot of space. All right, so if you don't need to get a big one, if a smaller one will suffice for what you're trying to do, then use that. And then you can get like a 15 by 15, which you can do pretty much most size t-shirts or garments, using that. I like the 16 by 20, and what this one is, it's a 16 by 20, and this is basically called a clamshell design, because it opens up and shuts straight up and down, and it is manual. Okay, it's a manual machine. It does have digital gauges, like for temperature reading and for like a countdown timer. So, but everything else is manual. Is all steel and wires. You know what I mean? So it's all manual. And then you use the little knob to adjust the pressure or what have you. Now they make certain heat presses that everything is digitized. From the way you adjust the heat to the way you adjust the pressure, and even how you close the heat press, all digitized. But I mean, like I said, you start with what you have, right? You know, you start small, then you can work your way up. But as for me, I like the larger one. A, because I have the space for it, and B, I like the fact that, you know, I can make bigger size clothes. Like I can cover a larger size surface area with whatever garments that I choose to press against. So it's just kind of like one of them things. Like, and the good thing about having, you know, starting off with a big heat press is that if, you know, that means I can do the big jobs, like the big shirts or towels or whatever, you know, or I can do the small things like we were talking about earlier, as far as like the small socks or the small like baby garments and stuff like that. Whereas though if you started off with the small, you can't do small and big. But if you start big, then you can do big and then go small. All right, so you know, just want to keep that in mind too. You don't have to start off with a huge one. Like I said, that's what I did because I had the space, and this particular one was affordable. If you want to, you know, I have a link. I have a link in the description as to the type of heat press that I have and the one that I use. Man, these things are mad affordable now because, you know, so many people are getting into them, you know, decorating shirts and pressing shirts. So definitely, yeah, I think you should, you know, if you can start big or you know, with a big size, do it. You know, in terms of the price, really, really reasonable. Check the description, check the link. I have a link to heat presses in the description below. So just check that out, and trust me, you know, if you're seriously thinking about getting into the t-shirt business, or you know, using it as a business or a hobby, and it's something you've been looking to do or been thinking about, you definitely want to invest in a heat press. It will not, you'll make your money back, you know, within the first, you know, job or two. You know what I mean? Trust me, you will make your money back, and it is well worth the investment. Go ahead and make that investment. If it was up to me, I would say go big, you know, at least 16 by 20 if you have the space. But if not, then you got to work with, you know, where you're at. So, but anyway, other than that, you know, like, comment, subscribe. You know, give me some feedback. Let me know that's the kind of heat presses that you use, or ones that you would probably recommend. And like I said, I use the manual ones. Let me know if you have used any of the digitized ones with the other options other than clamshell. You know what I mean? As far as the different styles, just let me know. Hit me back and just let me know what you think, and what other kind of videos that you would like to see in the future. And again, this has been another lesson from the T-shirt professor. I hope to see you soon. I hope to hear from you even sooner. Until next time, happy t-shirt making, everybody. Peace.